Morgan Cohn, and I am the Associate Area Director for San Diego, Orange County, and Inland Empire Desert Cities chapters of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. We're very excited to have you all here today, and we are going to kick it off with a couple of polls for you all. So if you could launch those for us.
We'll have to launch them afterwards because I'm logged into too many devices now. So let me see. It says it's unable to because you're logged into too many devices. So let's hold off on those.
I will launch them.
Oh, perfect.
I'll launch them. Cool. Okay. So if you could. Awesome. I'm going to give about 15 more seconds to complete this one. This one is, if you're on the phone and you're unable to do the polls, no worries. This one is talking about their bead colors for our honor beads. So it looks like out of the folks that answered, we've got a pretty good mix of a little bit of everybody here. And then we're going to launch our next poll. All right, I'll give just about 10 more seconds on this one. Okay, so it looks like almost everybody has participated in an Out of the Darkness event before, which is awesome, and welcome to everyone that's new. And then we've got one more for you. Okay, just about 5 more seconds. Okay, and so looks like a lot of people heard about from email blast, which is awesome. We had a great amount of people that registered for this event, so we're really grateful that you're all here. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to get started, and I am going to throw it to Nancy Cooper.
Hi there. My name is Nancy Cooper, and I'm the chair of the Orange County chapter for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and welcome this morning. Now, while the Out of the Darkness is going to look a little different this year, our mission is still the same. We want to save lives and bring hope to those that have been affected by suicide. We are a strong and resilient community, and we are united in our effort to fight suicide, to raise awareness, and to educate our communities. We use our voices and we share our stories to provide hope. And now your safety and well-being will always be our top priority. And there are many unknowns, but there are a few things that we know for sure. You do belong to a strong community, united in an effort to fight suicide. And while showing up for yourself and recognizing and honoring those you love, and raising awareness, educating communities, and you're supporting one another, and you are sharing your hope. We remain dedicated to providing you with the opportunities to connect, to heal, to share your stories, to create an impact, and show that you are not alone. Mental health and suicide prevention are now more important more than ever, especially during these difficult times. And we are confident that with your help, we can reach more people now more than ever. We realize that nothing can substitute for the experience of coming together like we have in the past. And we will continue to seek ways in which we can do that safely. And are we still going to walk to fight suicide? Oh, yes. The Out of the Darkness experience is a real walk. It's also a run, a bike, a hike, but it's on your terms. You get to choose your own course, what time you start, who walks with you, maintaining social distancing, Walking is real. It's the community that's virtual this year. For those of you that are familiar with the Out of the Darkness Overnight Walk, that event also changed this year. Thousands of individuals across the nation found ways to walk on their own. For myself, I left my house and I walked to the local cemetery to visit my son's grave. And then I walked to the schools that he attended in Lake Forest. The last leg of my walk was to visit the local Jack in the Box, and I bought a chicken fajita pita in his honor because that was one of our things that we did together. I can honestly say that that particular walk was one of the most healing and comforting things that I have done since I lost Jeff 20 years ago to suicide. Now for this event, I'm planning on a destination walk. I'm going to have to get into my car and go to a beach that he called his happy place. I think what I'm trying to say here is that you can create your own walk, run, bike, or hike, an experience that is right for you. So this year, we will be holding e-events leading up to the big day on October 24th. These will be a great way to connect with your community and come together to fight suicide. And we will hear a little more about those e-events later in today's presentation. So now let's talk about our experience highlights.
Good morning. We have so much going on here today. We have Facebook Live. We have over 50 people in this group. It's pretty exciting. I think after how many months we've actually have this virtual thing down. But my name is Jessica. I'm the regional director with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And I wanted to talk a little bit about what our experience highlights are this year. So as Nancy explained, things are going to look a little different, but there's no doubt that we're going to come together to support AFSP's mission, raise some funds for our local Southern California chapters, and also walk to fight suicide. So what does that mean? Well, we want to explain that the event itself is real this year. So I noticed that Kelly posted, we can bike too. That absolutely. If walking isn't your thing, then you can do whatever is great for you. And we'll talk a little bit more about this wellness challenge that we have going on that's helping to define what really the out of the darkness moment means for people. So want to express again, so the walk is real. You get to choose your own course, what time you start, who walks next to you, of course, within safe distancing guidelines. And if walking doesn't inspire you, then pick an activity that works for you. Heck, if you want to take a bubble bath because that's what makes you feel good, then you can do that. What is virtual this year is our community. And that's why we'll have events like today's kickoff, as well as some other things we'll talk about, that's how we're going to connect, because we can't come together safely in person this year, that we'll have these virtual communities. So again, the great reasons to participate. All participants can create and join teams, just like we have in past events. It's a great way to motivate family, friends, coworkers. And the great thing about this experience is that no matter where people live, they can join you this year. Because again, it's not the event that is the event is real, it's the virtual community. So all registered walkers will also be emailed an exclusive Out of the Darkness experience sign. And this will be emailed right before our Out of the Darkness day on October 24th. And you'll be able to print this sign, personalize it with your name and your reason for walking or whatever activity you choose. And then after the event, so after October 24th, you'll also get a certificate of achievement. And this is something you can print out, you can hang in your office, or you can display on social media. Heck, you can display it in your window at your home. So when people walk by your house, they can see that you participated in this event. And one of the big things we also have as part of this experience is we have a brand new virtual community through Facebook. So if you haven't joined our Out of the Darkness, our SoCal Out of the Darkness Facebook group, please, actually we'll post a link in the chat in just a second, but you should receive an invite almost as soon as you register. We send them out every Friday. So if you haven't received that invite yet, please go ahead and add yourself to the group and be part of this. And this is a great opportunity where you can post ideas, questions, connect with other people, and the entire Southern California region. So you may meet people in that group that live a couple block away. You may meet people that live in the next county or, you know, a few hours away. So again, it's about bringing us together to support this new experience event. Now I'm going to go ahead and post that link for you. I think that wraps up my portion, Morgan.
Right, so my name is Louisa Roque, and I am the Area Director for Greater Los Angeles and Central Coast Chapter. And I just want to take a minute to really give a special shout out to all of our experienced chairs who are making this opportunity and experience happen for all of us. So when I say your names, if you guys can just wave so everyone can see who you are. In Ventura County, we have Jeanette Zollinger and Jenna Moraga. In Santa Barbara, we have Desert Ahana, Anthony Rodriguez, and Gina Carvalho. In San Luis Obispo, we have Sarah Himmel. In Santa Monica, we have Rebecca Soriano and Juliet Bai. In Pasadena, we have Kelly Manning and Donna Stokely. In Orange County, we have Nancy Cooper. In Inland Empire, we have Jamie Rampus. In Coachella Valley, we have Jay Jester. And in San Diego, we have Che Hernandez. Just want to give a special thank you to all of our experienced chairs. They are doing an amazing job behind the scenes and also leading their teams in creating these events. So we are looking forward to all of the events leading up to the big day on October 24th and also October 24th.
Hi, sorry. I'm still getting used to this unmuting of myself. My name is Jeanette Zollinger. I'm going to talk to you guys a minute about what our events are going to be. So my name is Jeanette Zollinger. I'm part of the Ventura County area. I'm also one of the co-chairs for the Los Angeles and Central Coast chapter. So thank you so much for being here today. All of us in the Southern California AFSP family are super proud to announce several opportunities for you to become engaged in the work to prevent suicide over the next several weeks. So our main event on October 24th is going to be supported by several smaller events, we're calling them events, presented by our local experience committees. So all those people that just were introduced by Louisa, we are all taking turns kind of coming up with something else special to supplement our activity on the 24th of October. I just want to take a few minutes to introduce what our plans are. We absolutely thank you for your patience because we are continuing to develop our plans. Just take a minute, put these dates on your calendar and register for any and all of the events that meet your needs or pique your interest. You don't have to be in Ventura to participate in the Ventura activity. You don't have to be in San Diego to participate in the Ventura or San Diego activity. It's open to everybody. So we worked really hard to provide something for everyone. We're going to have some from a research connection presentation to a wellness scavenger hunt to Yappy Hour. All of these events are designed to help us check in with ourselves and our loved ones, connect with our communities, and broaden our own suicide prevention education. So sit tight. We're going to highlight some of the opportunities we have created for you. We're more than interested in your feedback. Nope, not Facebook or feedback. Feedback and ideas. So feel free to reach out. And if you see something in today's presentation that you can help with or you have expertise in, we would absolutely love to collaborate with you. So we're going to go through these as they occur chronologically on the calendar. If you have any questions that come up, please add them to the chat. And if I don't answer it in the presentation, we can absolutely add it to our Q&A session at the end of the kickoff. So let's get to it. So this Thursday, obviously, is coming right up. It's going to be our sponsorship hour. It's going to be at noon Pacific Daylight Time. It's an opportunity to talk with and get an input from our community partners. So we will absolutely be inviting all of our past sponsors and reaching out to them directly. But if you know of a business or an organization who may be interested in this super unique opportunity to reach over 10,000 participants that we are anticipating will join us for our events, all across Southern California. Please get us connected with them so that we can include them on this call on Thursday. Thursday, so September 3rd at 6 o'clock is going to be our Yappy Hour. How adorable is this going to be? San Diego is putting together Yappy Hour, where we're going to raise a paw for mental health and suicide prevention awareness. We absolutely know that animals play a very special role in our lives, and especially when it comes to mental health. At this event, you're going to be able to meet other AFSP four-legged supporters and their humans, and learn about the America's Next Top Paddle competition to benefit AFSP. It's going to be amazing. So this is, of course, open to all animals and people without animals. Everybody's welcome. Tuesday, September 8th at noon, California Daylight Time. It is National Suicide Prevention Week, and the Inland Empire and Desert Cities Experience Committee is going to present Talk Saves Lives. And if you haven't had an opportunity to sit through Talk Saves Lives, I would highly recommend it. This is AFSP's education program that covers the general scope of suicide, research on prevention, what we can do to help fight it, and you're going to learn risk and warning signs of suicide, as well as what we can do as a community to help prevent it. To ensure participant safety, we do ask that all attendees be at least 18 years of age or older. Okay, following that week on Thursday, September 10th at noon, this is really exciting. Orange County is going to be presenting a research connection. And this is AFSP's program where we get to talk with researchers that have been funded by your donations and your dollars. So this is really an exciting opportunity. Dr. Russell Toomey from the University of Arizona will be joining us, and his topic is sexual and gender minority disparities in suicide behavior. So that should be a super interesting look at where your dollars go and how it affects the science and how science affects how we approach suicide prevention. All right. After that, September 12th, this last Saturday, to wrap up Suicide Prevention Week, join us in Ventura. We are going to do something called Hope Rocks at 10 a.m. This is going to be light, easy, fun. We're just going to be learning about how we can paint some rocks and spread some sunshine in our communities. So we're going to paint rocks, and then we're going to ask you to take a photo of it. We're going to turn it into a really beautiful collage, and then you can take them out and leave them special places in your community. You can leave them, you know, at a special place for your loved one. You can leave them on a sidewalk or a hiking trail where you know people will see it and spread some sunshine. So that's what we're doing in Ventura. This is an absolutely wonderful opportunity to get your younger kids involved and the young at heart. I'm doing it. I'm gonna be painting rainbows and clouds all over everything, and maybe we'll have a little dance party to go along with it. So it should be fun, so please join us. Okay, then September 16th in the evening at 7 o'clock, Pasadena is doing something really exciting. We're going to do support and healing through journaling. So we're going to learn about how we can use our journals to work through our grief, as tools to better understand ourselves, provide meaningful self-care. So that should be really, really fun and helpful. Santa Barbara is Sunday, September 27th, and San Luis Obispo are Saturday, October 10th. Both these committees are still working on something great for you, so just stay tuned. I promise it's going to be fantastic. October 18th, Sunday, still working on the time for that, but our Santa Monica Experience Committee is planning Hunt for Hope, and this should be really great. We're going to go all over our environment and find ways to be mindful and hopeful and a little bit silly and honor our loved ones. So stay tuned for that. They're going to have a really, really cool hunt for us, so we can go around to our own personal environments and our own communities and do things that just help us feel good. And then, of course, after that is the major big day. October 24th is our Out of the Darkness experience, and we're going to keep that kind of under wraps for you because we got some really, really fun things planned. And then finally, on Saturday, November 7th at 9 a.m., Pasadena is going to honor their traditional day of their walk, and they're going to do Pasadena's Hour of Hope. And of course, everyone is welcome, but the focus is really kind of to celebrate the community and just honor the anniversary of coming together. So once again, I'm so thankful for you guys being here this morning. This year, it's going to take several small actions, by all of us out in the community to recreate that feeling that we get when we're at our walks of camaraderie and love, and that thing that we look forward to year after year. We're gonna need your help. We're gonna need some participation. So if you've always wanted to share your story, but we're just waiting for the right opportunity, this is it. We need lots of content to help keep our communities engaged and to be representative. We want to show how beautifully diverse and wonderful our communities are. So the more people we have participating, the better representation we're going to have, and the more well-rounded event we're going to have. So we're going to be asking for lots of help via social media, and every post and share will help get the word out. And we're looking at this year as kind of a suicide prevention season rather than just one walk day. And we hope that you'll join us and take advantage of all these really unique opportunities where we don't even have to get on Southern California freeways. This is amazing. So continue to practice your self-care, be good to yourself. We need you now more than ever. And thanks again for joining us this morning. I'm gonna turn my time to our next presenter. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Jeanette. I'm gonna have to break out my calendar and put some placeholders for all those great events I see. I'm Che Hernandez, chapter chair in San Diego, and I want to talk to you about sponsorships. You know, it's very exciting for me to be part of the sponsorship conversation. You know, we know that we've been wildly successful with our fundraising events over the years with individual donations from family and friends. And another great way to raise money for the cause is through sponsorships from companies and organizations. And it's great to be able to reach out to the community to show them, you know, what we've been doing in the community, all the great work, and to give an opportunity for those businesses and organizations to show their support. So it's just something that I like to do, reach out, get excited about. One of the things that we've done for everybody is developed a sponsorship packet. And so in the packet, there'll be different levels of sponsorships that, you know, you can invite different organizations and companies to be part of selecting that level. And also there's the regions that are listed for all the different events that are happening. So they can select the region that you're in, or they can select multiple regions. So there's a lot of flexibility. So I think you'll be very pleased when you have a look at it. One of the things I would love to invite everyone to do when they're reaching out and making these sponsorship requests is to remember, I mean, Nancy reminded us the AFSP mission, right? Is to remember, like, we need to step inside of that mission when we're making those requests to save lives and to bring hope to those affected by suicide. And if we're in that space, right, this is what we embody as volunteers, and we're out there being hopeful. So what would that look like if we were inside the mission? Well, like I just said, we would be being hopeful when we're making requests. We're being hopeful in our words and our demeanor. We're having a smile on our face when we're on these phone calls. It could be a practice for some of us, right? We can have a smile on our face when we're crafting these emails because we've got hopeful alongside with us. Also, be confident in the great work that AFSP has done and is doing. It's just been tremendous. Just from the time that I've been involved since around 2012, just a huge impact that we've made. And so that is something to be proud of and to let them know how they can support, to support our work and our mission. And then also go into it knowing that AFSP has a very, very strong rating with the independent ranking on Charity Navigator. So there doesn't need to be any conversation necessarily about justification about the organization and things. I mean, it's just be confident. It's just a very strong organization. And so go into those requests with that confidence. And then, you know, it's a numbers game. Sometimes you'll send out 10 requests and you'll get no responses, right? And sometimes you'll get 3 responses, but they're all no's. And then sometimes you'll get a yes, and then we'll all be laughing and excited and dancing around. So, you know, it's just part of the game. And then the other thing that I want you to consider is that, you know, a no is not a rejection. Consider a no to be an opportunity for us to do a few things, right? So first of all, if we're standing within that, you know, mission of hopefulness and compassion and confidence, we want to accept the answer gracefully. And we can use the opportunity to ask the person that we're engaging with, you know, can they think of any other organization within their networks that could possibly be a sponsor? You know, maybe that's a possibility. And then we want to remind them as well, because we're being gracious and loving, that there are numerous resources available on afsp.org website. So if they need support, to always remember that the organization website you know, has those resources for them, because we're not just about reaching out and engaging to ask for money. It's all about the mission. And then we can also ask them, right, if they are a no, we can ask them to help promote the event. Maybe there's not a monetary thing they can do for us right now, but they can help us promote the event. So, you know, those are just some of the ideas that I come into it when I am asking for those sponsorship requests. And I hope this gave you some value as well. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Che. We're going to move on to Why We Walk. And as Nancy mentioned in the beginning, I really should have called this Why We Walk, Why We Run, Why We Bike, Why We Do Yoga, etc. But I wanted to introduce you all to one of our participants. Kim McEwen is a participant and a board member in San Diego. And she's doing something really unique for her experience this year, and we wanted to share that with you. So I am going to share a video that she put together for us. And like I said, I should have added more language to that slide, because Kim's really is why she bikes. Let me just pull that up.
Hi. I have some notes in front of me, so if you see me look away from the camera a bit,
I might need to refresh it. Oh, there we go. Okay.
I have an announcement that I'd like to make, and I have an important message that I'd like to convey, and I just want to make sure that I don't miss anything. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kim McEwen. I am the face of mental illness, and I'm also a suicide attempt survivor. But I'm also the face of heart, the face of strength, and the face of hope. I no longer run or hide from my mental illness. I do the opposite. I accept my illness as my partner in life. I lean into my shadow, and I bring light into that darkness. About 8 years ago, my brother invited me on a bike ride. He knew I was searching for something that would evoke a passion in my life, that would get me to look outward rather than just dwelling or spiraling inward. I had no idea that getting on that bike that day would change my life. I had no idea that I would later go on to ride over 900 miles a month. So as a way to honor this life-saving discovery, and more importantly, as a way to help bring hope to others, and with luck, to save other lives, I've decided to take on an epic cycling challenge and raise money for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, an organization for which I proudly serve on the board. I'm taking on the Everest Challenge. I will ride one hill repeatedly on September the 26th, riding up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, stopping only briefly until I've climbed the equivalent of the elevation of Mount Everest, 29,029 feet. This will by far be the most challenging endeavor I've ever undertaken physically, and the hardest thing I've endured mentally, since those times when my depression and suicidal thoughts were so painful and scary that I couldn't even get out of bed. For many of us who struggle with mental illness, we find ourselves paralyzed by constant negative thinking, self-doubt, and self-loathing. We make small obstacles seem huge and unmovable. We take small difficulties and project the bleakest and most hopeless of outcomes. It's never going to be the best case, only the worst case. And it's not that it's our fault. We have mental illness. I used to run away from anything risky or challenging because the possibility of failure was just too much for me. I've made a lot of progress, but this journey has no end, and that's okay. It's a continuous process. The Everest Challenge makes me feel both scared and strong, and that's natural. Even saying this out loud to each of you is a challenge for me because it means I'm all in. I know there will be some very dark times on the bike throughout this process, and there will be some amazingly bright ones. This challenge is a metaphor for my journey with mental illness. I have found that accomplishing small things is really accomplishing the big things, and those accomplishments build on each other. And as I ride each lap, I will be adding up the miles and the elevation gain, going through a full range of emotions and physical sensations over this very long day. That at the end, I know I will turn around and realize that I've climbed a mountain, a real one and a spiritual one. My goal is to raise funds for a cause so important to so many of us and to bring hope to others. I'm not trying to beat any records. I'm trying to climb this mountain. I would be so grateful for your support in my attempt and to consider a donation of any size if you are able to. Thank you for listening.
All right, so Kim put together that really powerful video to share with us, but also to share on her Facebook. Oh, hold on. Sorry, the next YouTube video started playing. Okay, but she put that together to share with her Facebook fundraiser. She went into her donor drive and started a Facebook fundraiser this past Tuesday, and she felt as though that video was going to be something that would help her gain support from her peers, from her friends, and it totally has. This morning she passed $3,000 in fundraising, which is just massive, and her goal is right now $5,800 for 58 laps that she's going to do. And I know this is a big, daunting, hairy, audacious goal that she's taken on, but it doesn't have to look like that for everybody. I know that the way that I'm going to honor my aunt that I lost to suicide on the day of October 24th is going to be through walking, doing yoga, and then she loved to craft. So I want to make some sort of crafts in her honor. But I really wanted to take this time, and I also wanted to mention to everyone and remind everyone that we are live on Facebook. But I wanted to take this time to see if anyone was interested in sharing in the chat box one of their favorite Out of the Darkness memories or why you are participating. And please only do so if you're comfortable. I'm not going to read all of them, but I'm going to read some of them. So only if you're comfortable having them read to this group as well as on this Facebook Live. So I'm going to pop open the chat. And if you're interested in sharing either why you walk, why you run, or what your plan is for October 24th, anything like that, we would love to hear just a couple of them, or as many as we can get. And that's okay also if you don't want to share, just to let you know, no pressure. Okay, does anyone from the co-hosts today want to share what they're going to be doing or what their favorite Out of the Darkness memory is? Go for it.
I'll share. I've already talked too much, but I think my favorite thing is every event that I've gone to, someone has come up to me and said, and thanked me for sharing. And it took me a long time to get to a point, sorry, I'm seeing my mom wipe her eye. People have thanked me every time for sharing my story. And as long as it has taken me to get comfortable to share my story, it has been worth it. And I've met Kim in real life, and she is a phenomenal human being. And please don't think that you have to climb Mount Everest to make a difference in someone's life. She's kind of superhuman. But I'm just a regular person that also has depression and who has lost someone close to me. And I plan to hike to honor my brother. But please don't be afraid to share your story, because you are going to make a difference for someone, even if it's just one person and even if it's for a few minutes. It makes a difference. It makes a difference. And I love you, Mommy. Hi.
Thank you, Jeanette. I wanted to share, there are two in the chat right now. Marina said, I've lived with mental illnesses for half of my life, 13 years, and have had multiple suicide attempts. My last one was at 17, and now at 26, I have my master's degree in social work, work as a clinician. I'm a yoga instructor and a passionate advocate. I walk to heal, to honor, to support, and to show that we can come out of the darkness and into a beautiful life. I'm trying very hard not to cry while reading these. Thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate it. Lisa says, I walk to honor a nephew I lost to suicide 2 years ago, and a great uncle who took his life after serving in World War II in Italy due to PTSD. Best to remember and honor their lives by seeking to save the lives of others. Amy says, I walk for my mother. I will walk in O'Neill Regional Park, where we love to walk together when she would visit me from Wisconsin. I would like to see if my yoga teacher would host a virtual yoga event for my team. Thank you guys so much for sharing. We really appreciate it. Oh, one more. Christy,
I have one too.
Awesome. Okay, go for it.
Okay, thank you. So I was trying to reflect on what's my favorite moment. I just get inspired by everything that we do and the people that show up. But here's something that was very poignant for me, is that when I first started doing walks in 2009 for my nephew Austin passing away, it was out in Phoenix, and they had the honor beads there, the different colors. And then several years later, and I don't remember when, was the first time that we did green for a self-struggle. And I remember people just connecting with each other, you know, at the walks. And I remember how powerful that was, that they were attending, and the support that we were able to provide, and perhaps some comfort. That was just very strong memory for me.
Thank you, Jay. I'm going to read a couple more because we have some time. I think I was at Chrissy. So I walk in honor of my boyfriend, John, who took his life on November 7th. I share my story on my grief Instagram page and have met amazing people through the walks and through Instagram. That's awesome. It's amazing what you can do with online communities too, truly. Jacqueline says, I walk for my son, Eric. If I can save someone else's life, then my purpose has been fulfilled, bringing mental health awareness. Awesome. Thank you so much all for sharing. Kelly says, I mountain bike for my mental health. I suffer from anxiety and depression and will ride to honor my grandfather and ex-boyfriend that I lost to suicide. You all are amazing. Amanda says, I walk for my dad, Joe. I will bike ride along the beach to honor something we love to do together during the summer. So again, thank you all so much. Barney says, I walk to slow down and make time to meet others affected by suicide. I photograph at every event. It's a great way to meet others. I do this in memory of my son, Evan, who died in 2017. Thank you all so much for sharing your stories. It truly is so powerful to come together in this community. And we've got 56 people here right now, and so many of you have shared, and that's wonderful. And I think that, like we say at AFSP, having a real convo, having a real conversation with someone about mental health, about what you've been through in your life, can really change others' lives. So I really appreciate you all sharing. All right, so I'm gonna pop back into our PowerPoint. All right. And we actually are up to our Q&A session. So if anyone has any questions and you'd like to put them in the chat, that would be great. I'm actually going to come back out of the PowerPoint so that I can see everybody too. Any questions at all?
Well, while people are thinking of those questions, I did want to highlight, I mentioned the Kilter Challenge earlier. It's maybe something you're part of, maybe not yet. So AFSP National launched a wellness challenge through an app called Kilter. It's a free app. You can download the app, you can register, you can join Team Western Division, and every day that you do an activity, and it doesn't have to be something physical. It could be one day I said that I hit my water goal. I drank 64 ounces of water. That was my activity for the day. But you can record your activities. You get points every day for your activities, and it goes to our team total. And there's going to be incentives as well. But this is a great way that if you're not quite sure what you want to do on October 24th, download the app and start kind of tracking what you do and figure out what works for you, what makes you feel good. And it's kind of cool to see, like right now it shows that I'm on let's see, a 17-day streak. So I have well, it's a total of 30 days, so however many left. But I will go ahead and post the website that has more information about the AFSP Wellness Challenge and where you can download the app.
Awesome. Thank you, Jess.
And again, Team Western Division.
There's a question from Denise. For the walk, are we encouraging people to tag on social media or anything like that? So the hashtag that we're using this year is #TogetherToFightSuicide. Usually it's Walk to Fight Suicide. So this year it is Together to Fight Suicide. And then we are launching our social media efforts for the SoCal Out of the Darkness experience this upcoming week. And we'll have more information on tagging and sharing and some contests and things like that. But if you want to use the hashtag, it is Together to Fight Suicide. I'm going to share one more story. Cindy says, my son's company will be sponsoring again this year. This is the message he sent me. He is now 39. Mom, keep up the awesome work you are doing. Keep up the awesome work you are doing to help honor our childhood friends that have succumbed to this terrible issue. Love ya. They lost 2 of their friends in high school, and now I have lost a cousin. Today, I met a family that lost 3 friends at El Toro High in the last 4 years. Thank you so much for sharing, Cindy. Cindy is a board member at our Orange County chapter, and I'm always grateful when you are willing to share with us. Kelly, good question. What if you're not on Facebook? It was just to me, but sorry, I'm asking it out loud. We will send updates other ways as well. They're not just going to come through Facebook. They will be coming through email as well. Marina wants to share, oh cool. Marina wants to share that she leads a free Instagram Live guided meditation every Sunday at 8 p.m. and we'll be hosting a series of fundraising events leading up to 10/24. I teach donation-based yoga and meditation classes, and I am available for private lessons for sliding scale. And if you don't know what sliding scale is, that means that you pay as you go, or there's a range of pay that you can do. And Marina wants everyone to know that their Instagram page is Loving Light Holistic Wellness. So if you're interested in any guided meditations, as well as yoga, please hit Marina up. Cool. All right. If you have any other questions, feel free to drop them in the chat box. You can also email us after the fact. And that is it. So thank you so much for attending today. I am going to show the video that I showed in the very beginning. I'm going to show it at the end again, just in case you missed it. I think that our Facebook viewers missed it. And for all of you, all of the different walk pages are located in one central area now. They are afsp.org/SoCal. And then you can click on your specific area. So you can click San Diego, you can click Ventura, Santa Monica, etc., to get to that page. But we're also going to be posting all of the event information on afsp.org/SoCal as well. And we'll also make Facebook events for that, but it will exist on the website too. So thank you again so much for coming. I'm going to show that
Before
video.
We show the video, can we do some giveaways?
Yeah.
Well, why everyone's here, right? So we have a couple giveaways. First, we have a brand new, this really cool AFSP water bottle. And it has the Out of the Darkness and AFSP logo. And then I also have a duffel bag with the logos to give away. So I think the easiest way to do this is to post your answers in the chat. So I have 2 different questions, and just whatever answer I see first is correct, that will be the winner. So I'll give you a second to get your chat up and going. So the first question is, in what year was AFSP established? Staff cannot win. No. Oh, Marina got it. So Marina, I will send you this awesome water bottle. If you want to private message me your address or your phone number, and I can text you, and we'll get connected that way. Okay, next question. Okay, so which one do I want to do? Let's do this. Okay, so it has to be the exact wording, but state AFSP's mission. For the duffel bag, for the win. Is everyone Googling? Oh, close, Amanda. Yes, just save lives, bring hope to those affected by suicide. Yes, Jeanette. You were so close, Amanda. So yes, our mission is save lives and bring hope to those affected by suicide. So Jeanette, this nice little duffel bag is, no? You're gonna make me.
It's another AFSP bag. You need to give it to Amanda.
Okay, well, if you're gonna pass it on to Amanda because she was so close, Amanda, go ahead and message your phone number or your address, whatever you're more comfortable with, and I will get this out to you this week. So, and I did one more thing. I did just want to share. If you need any fundraising ideas, reach out to your local staff member. So Louisa covers the Greater LA chapter. Morgan and I cover San Diego, Orange County, Inland Empire, Desert Cities. There's some great ideas going on. One of our team captains in San Diego just sent me this. She's actually making custom masks, and they're really cool. It has the Proud to Support AFSP logo, and I think it has her Team Anthony hashtag as well. She's making these and then selling them to family and friends and donating the money to AFSP. There's another team that's making little buttons and selling them for $1. So there's a lot of great ideas out there. If you need something for your team, please let us know. Or if you need help getting a Facebook fundraiser started like Kim did, doesn't have to be 58 laps up a giant hill, but it can be something, you know, within your own passion. So we'd be happy to get you started. So.
And Jessica, too, I also wanted to bring up the Hope in the Mailbox that National has also launched for all of us to participate in. And that is where you can go online, and actually on all of the individual walk pages, there is a link for this. But you just click on the link and you fill out information for a postcard that you want to send to someone. There's 4 different colors that you can choose from for the front of it, and the national office will send it out for free. So you can send as many as you want. In fact, even if there's people in here today that you've met or that you've been reconnected with and you want to send one to, that might be a great way to kick it off. Or other people who maybe have not been connected with us before that you think would want to be connected with us, that would be a great introduction.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you.